Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be showing you all how I made this goodness. If you want to see how I achieved this yummy, delicious and gorgeous looking goat meat jollof rice, please make sure you watch this video to the end. So without further ado, let us get right into the cooking. This is the goat meat that I'll be using for this recipe, and these are some of the seasonings that I'll be using to marinate it. So I have my thyme, my curry powder, goat meat spices, salt, and 3 knor cubes. Then I'll have to transfer it into the goat meat that have been washed and cleaned already, and I'll be adding my blended onion with garlic. Now I'm adding my ginger paste. I didn't blend it with onion and garlic because I have it already blended in the freezer. Now I'm stirring everything together so the seasonings can be well incorporated with the goat meat. I forgot to crush my seasoning cube before adding it into the goat meat, but I later did that off cam. After everything have been well combined, I will cover and set aside for marination. This is what it looks like after 3 hours of marinating. I will cover and start cooking. These are the pepper meats that I'll be using. Here I have my tomato, onion, cayenne pepper, which is popularly known as shombo, and finally my scotch bonnet. You can use paprika or red bell pepper in place of the cayenne, and make sure that your pepper is more than the tomato if you want a red and smoky jollof rice. So I'll just go ahead to wash clean the cayenne pepper by removing the seed to avoid bitter taste, like so. This is the meat after 15 minutes of cooking. Well, it is not quite soft yet, so I'll just go ahead and cover it up and keep cooking. Now I'm pouring my blended pepper mix into a pot to cook till the water dries up. This way the frying process will be a lot easier. Please ignore how this pot is looking. I normally just use this pot for cooking my blended tomato or pepper, palm kernel fruit, and cocoyam. Finally, the goat meat is well cooked, done. So I will start bringing them out from the meat stock and get ready to fry. After removing the meat from the pot, I will set the stock aside for later use. In my heated vegetable oil, I added onion and garlic for some extra flavor, which is totally optional. You really don't have to do that, but I love doing it. Now I'm gradually adding the meat into the hot oil so it can start frying. Back to the tomato, the water is almost completely dry, so I'll turn off the heat. The rice I'll be using is not a basmati rice, but you can use a basmati rice if you have one. Now the meat is completely fried, so I'll go ahead and start removing them from the oil. By the way, this is the second batch. Next, I'm sieving the oil I used for the meat into another pot to commence the base for the jollof rice. Now I'm adding my chopped onion, grate some garlic, and also added my ginger paste. I'll stir and allow it fry for a bit before I go ahead and start adding my seasonings. I'll add some salt, some thyme, some curry powder, and finally some tomato paste. I will leave all the ingredients and their measurements I use in the description box. I'll start stirring till it changes color and lose its raw taste. Then I'll go ahead and start adding my blended, or rather my cooked pepper mix into the mixture. Stir to combine. Be sure to keep stirring so it doesn't get burnt. Now my sauce is completely ready for the next level, and I'll be adding more seasonings like white pepper, some nutmeg, and some salt. You can use chili pepper or black pepper, or totally skip any of the grounded peppers. Also, I'll be adding 3 knor cubes since we'll be using the stock from the goat meat we cooked earlier. I added some bay leaves too. Then I stirred the mixture together. Keep stirring from time to time to avoid burning till it loses its tangy taste. Now I'm adding the meat stock, which has already been saved, to remove the particles from earlier. I also added 1 cup of water to top up the liquid so it will be enough to cook the rice. Then I covered and allowed to simmer. Next, I'm introducing the rice into the mixture. The rice has been properly washed and drained. Stir to combine, then cover with a foil paper before the lid and turn down the heat to a medium low and start cooking. This is what we have 20 minutes later. Now I'm stirring it together so the sauce can be evenly coated on every grain of rice. Though it has already started burning up, but that's not a big deal since we want to achieve a smoky jollof rice. Then I will cover and start cooking. This time I'm turning down the heat to the lowest. I didn't realize the video wasn't recording when I added the goat meat, but I just opened the pot and poured the goat meat in, and now I'm stirring everything together. So I'll be adding some margarine for some extra moist flavor, 5 minutes later, and voila, our smoky goat meat jollof rice is finally ready. Look at that. So yummy, so gorgeous. Guys, you have to try this out. You got to try this recipe out. Anyone that eats this meal will definitely come back for more.